lot of people talk about people being broke, people not having any money, people not being able to get qualified. I'm sure you ran into that. It's final expense, right? My question is for you as you're dialing, for your agents, for anybody that's using these leads, what do you say to people that are like, hey, I'm running into a lot of people who don't have money, or are you doing anything different to get around that? Because it doesn't matter where you target, that will happen. Are you seeing a lot of that? Kind of walk the agents through the experience that are like, hey, final expense is going to be a lot of people that are broke, they don't have a lot of money, or how do you look at that perspective?
Well, that is true. I do get that. I mean, they're not broke, but they don't have a lot of money, right? So if they're not healthy, that's why we have guarantee issue carriers. I go there and I'm fine. So one of the things I do ask them, well, are you looking to be cremated or are you looking to have a traditional burial? Because they don't have a lot of money. I make it get them maybe $3,000 for a cremation, may cost them less, and they can afford that. Because they do have some money, they just don't have a lot of money, right? So you kind of got to dig deep and ask them. So when you say you don't have a lot of money, what does that look like? You don't have $30, $20? I kind of ask. Most people have $20. I mean, they really do. But if you don't have no burial coverage, none whatsoever, my job when I get off the phone with you is to get you at least $5,000. Will that bury them today? No, it won't. But listen, they could think about cremation, right? Something, or that $5,000 could go to their loved ones and their loved ones could pick up the difference, right? So I think you have to ask them when they say, well, I don't have any money. Well, what does that look like when you say you don't have any money? You don't have $20, $10. I mean, just ask them, throw some numbers at them, right? Most people have something. So I don't have a problem with that objection at all. I mean, once I talk to them, I can at least get them $7,000 in coverage or something. And it's in their budget. So I think that's just a line where agents just have to be, hey, what do you mean when you say you don't have no money? Like, is that you don't have $20? I have not had a policy where they say I have no money and I couldn't write one. Because I say this, hey, let's start with this. And when your budget gets better, we can increase it later. It's a lot of ways to do that. But let's get you something so that your loved ones don't need to GoFundMe, like the ad you saw, right? They don't need to GoFundMe or anything else. At least you'll leave them something to put with your burial. Then when things get better, we call me back and we can increase it. It works all the time. That's how I get around it.
Hey, I like it. When I was selling, that's one thing I would always tell people too, especially if they didn't have enough money. I'd say, okay, cool. I would, create a concept. This is our starter pack, right? So it sounds like with your budget right here, Michelle, I think you're going to need to start in this starter pack, but it's no worries. I'm actually going to be your licensed underwriter forever. So when we get this in place in a few months, if some things change or your budget kind of opens up, we can always upgrade, but let's make sure that, Robert's taken care of if you do pass away tomorrow. So at least you can have some money. Does that make sense? And they say yes, and then you keep it pushing. But I always like to hear from other people because I don't sell anymore. So people, they don't really see me. So I was just like, let me ask other people. So cool.